Alright, hello everyone. This is Coach T-Max once again. Welcome to our lesson. Today we'll discuss tragic comedy. Alright, we look at some important games where the other player had this dramatic ending in his game. Okay, it's tragic to that player, but it also is giving a funny impression to the ones who are watching the game. Okay, let's look at the first one. Here, the one playing white was Mr. Yates, playing against one of the former US champions, Frank Marshall, where the Marshall Gambit was originated. Let's look at the game. Here, white is definitely winning with that queen, but black is also trying to promote his pawn on b1. But the tragic ending here was this. Let's look at what white played. White played here queen c4, was supposed to be the winning move, but instead of queen c4, king c4 was the one being played. He was supposed to play queen c4, and what is the difference? White thought that he can reach f8 as quick as possible. It was just exchange the promotion of the pawn with queen takes b1. But we'll see what happens. The opponent promoted the pawn. Took on b1. King takes in b1. King b4. So white thought, alright, I can get pawn, and then I will promote my f pawn. But the problem was there's king b2. He probably missed king b2. He was thinking that king c2 was supposed to be played here by black. And of course, with king c2, we have f4. And black cannot stop the pawn because after king d3, just f5. But the problem was this king b2 move was missed by white. Tragic in a way, but the ones watching the games were probably laughing about the miss by white. Okay, so it's very dramatic. Why is king b2? Well, you cannot play f4 here because now the pawn just promotes first, and white had to take the pawn on a4, but after that the king now is inside the rule of the square, right? Is inside the rule of the square. Okay, let's take this. Let's say pawn on f4. Now it's inside the rule of the square. The king can get to the pawn. You go f5, king steps on e5, f6, king takes the pawn, and it's a draw. You could imagine if you go back in time during this game between Marshall and Yates, you could imagine the face of Marshall after realizing his big mistake of playing the king into c4, right? Imagine that feeling when you are on the verge of winning and all of a sudden you've played that one fatal, one brutal, tragic mistake with king c4. And what's the difference if you play queen c4? Now, if you play queen c4, check. Now, if the opponent, for example, plays king a1, then you have queen takes a4 check. King b1, you can just play king c3. Only move for king c1, and now I have queen c2 mate. Alright? And if, let's say, the king moves back to a3, You can probably play queen goes to c2, but you gotta be careful because there's also another, that would be another tragic way. The tragic way to end the game. This is a promotion. And then after that, stalemate. But here we have queen d3, king a2, queen c2. And then if king a1, same thing, queen takes a4, here, king goes to c3, queen c2 is mate. And if king a3 back, this time you have queen b1. Right. Queen b1, king moves to b3 for example, king d3, he goes for, let's say a3, queen goes anywhere, a1 and a2, you can just check. Queen on c3, king a4, queen takes the pawn. And that's definitely a win. But not king c4, right? Not king c4. Any other move, not c4. So this is a tragic way to end the game. So in Tragicomedy, we learn when we are looking at the game. What do we learn from this? What do we learn? Well, we learn the sense of danger. Okay? So we have to be mindful of what we do in every single move that we do on the chess board. Okay? It's again, our concentration, our focus should be from beginning till the end. We cannot relax. Okay? This is a cruel game. Yeah? Chess is so cruel. Here, I think White was playing beautifully for like 58 moves. And then on the 59th move, he just played one fatal mistake. Tragic in a way, that's the drama, right? And, but we live for this moment. So there is always drama in our lives. It might be tragic, but we'll learn from this. We hope that next time we won't repeat the same mistakes again. Alright, let's look at the second position. We have here a game by Borisenko, playing white, and the one playing black was Vorkina. Alright, probably here in this position, white took on e5. Okay, white, in his mind, alright, I better simplify the position. I get a pawn, I get an extra pawn, and should definitely win this endgame. But this is another classic case of a tragicomedy. One fatal mistake. Knight takes e5. Queen takes. White thought, okay, I will just exchange the queens. Takes. Now white has 4 pawns. Black only has 3 and is already the king and pawn endgame. But black had a4. So white was like, no problem. I can move my king closer to the pawn. Black played b4. No problem. I can take the pawn. Pawn takes on a3. White said, I can go to your pawn. King c3. But now, white realized after king g5, we're like, oops. What is this? White, during this time, could have been shaking his head. Or maybe in disbelief that, ooh, is this happening? White cannot move his king. So he is in Zugzwang now. If the king moves, then the pawn on a3 will promote. Right? This is just so frustrating, so disappointing, so heartbreaking. Everything came right. Now if, let's say, white plays d4, black takes the pawn. He pushes d5, nothing else, king f5. He pushes d6, and after king e6, d7 takes. Any move of the king, the black pawn promotes. King goes to d3 anywhere. a2. Because you cannot go king b3. There's a pawn on a4. You cannot even go like king b4. The pawn will still promote. You take the pawn, promotes with the queen, game over. Alright? So another tragic ending. Very, very heartbreaking for the white player. But black could have been laughing also. The black player is laughing here. Whoops! Oh. He made a mistake. Okay, white could just play queen e1 here, keeping an eye on a5 and also attacking the e5 pawn, so that's a double attack. So again, we are developing the sense of danger. We gotta be careful before we make our move. Any part of the game. It's not just the end game, we also have the middle game and we also have the opening. Right? So every move. In chess, we always have to think for every move. We always have to ask the question, what is the right move for me? What is my opponent's threat? We keep asking that question. And we don't just move by impulse. Okay? Okay, let's move on and look at the next example. This time we have a rook endgame. Okay, black is already winning in this game with his extra pawn on the king side, the g pawn. Actually, he has f and g, so we have the king side majority. And black thought, okay, I can do anything on the board and might as well take the pawn. And he really took the pawn. He took the pawn on a5 without even thinking. And to his amazement, to his surprise, white has this rook a2. His rook is trapped. He has no other way but to take the opponent's rook. But if you take that rook on a2, it makes the game a draw, because this is what we call as stalemate position. Oh my god, what a heartbreaking again once again, and to a very good game played by black, because he wasn't careful in the end. He had about almost 50 moves all correct, and then one single mistake ruins the whole game. Okay, that's so tragic. And then black probably would be crying after this one, but white could be happy as well. So that's the comedic side, right? White is happy, yay, I saved the game, but black to go home and think about this game. It could be like this is the last game, and if he wins this game, he will win the championship. And if draw, probably he falls down to number 4 or number 5. Imagine how tragic that is. So again, any move, he can just play rook a3, rook a4, right? And if white pushes the pawn, this time he can take the pawn on a6, because if rook a2, he can have rook d6 check, right? And then he can take on f3. And then this pawn will just promote all the way to g1. Okay? But not rook takes a5. He can play rook a4, and if, let's say, white protects the pawn on f3, he can just go king g3. King, then take the pawn. Just like that. No stalemate. You allow the king to move to e3, and this g pawn will win for you. But then again, rook takes a5. Right? Tragic. A tragic ending. A sad ending for black. But white is happy. Right? The sadness and happiness in one. That's the tragic comedy. Okay, now let's move on to our next one, and probably our last one. Okay, here, this is not about winning, but we could also say, in chess we have, if you win, we get 1 point. If you lose, of course, no point, 0. But we have a chance to draw in chess, so there's a draw, so that's 0.5 each. Okay, white has a chance to draw in this game. But, tragically, white played with impulse and pushed the pawn in a5. He thought that, okay, just push a pawn, he would take. Black took the pawn, g6 check, and it's a draw. Because he probably thought that black will take the pawn in f6, he will push g7, king on f7. Well, I have king h7, if bishop takes g7, then it's a stalemate, right? So that's a draw. But what did white miss here when he played a5 first? a5, g6 check, black has king ga. And that is a win for black. You cannot push f7 now. There's king f8. g7, the bishop is on c3. You cannot improve the position of your pawns. You cannot promote. If you move g7 first, for example, this bishop takes f6. And it's game over. No stalemate, nothing. And if here, after king g8, you go king g5, push. You, for example, transfer a3. King e6, just a2. You play f7, for example, just king f8. Or you go for king e7, opponent will just go for bishop takes f6. Takes, and he promotes the pawn on a1. Alright? Again, a very sad thing for white. He could have saved the game if he played g6 first. g6 first makes a big difference. Okay, you cannot play king g8 here because I can just go king g5, king f8, just king f5. You move the bishop to d4, just king e6. King e6, king f5, king g6, back and forth, back and forth. Okay? And if you capture an f6, only then you go a5. The bishop, of course, cannot take. Bishop takes, that would be another tragic comedy on the black side because there's g7, king f7, king and a7, promoting the pawn. So if a5, b takes a5, then you push g7, king f7, king h7, threatening to promote. Then after bishop takes g7, that is stalemate, and black saves the game. Okay, so that could have been a draw instead of a loss, right? But things happen. Tragic things happen in our lives. Right? For some, they laugh it off, but for some, it's also very sad. So what do we learn from this? What we learn from this is that we gotta be careful, and we must develop that sense of danger every step of the way. We should never ever look back. Stay within the present, alright? You look at the situation every single time and think of ways that you will not be able to make a mistake. Okay, we are humans, we are prone to mistakes. But if, let's say we do this mistake here, we make sure that next time we have this position once again, we make sure that we'll never do the same mistake over and over again. Because that is worse. For the first time we make a mistake, okay, that's fine. But if we make the same mistake over and over again, and that's the sad part. That's the worst part. Okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed the lesson for today, and we'll see you again for the next one. This is Coach G Max. Stay home, stay safe, play chess. Bye everyone.